What happens when three buffoons give life advice, explore unrealistic situations, and give random topics more thought than they probably deserve? It's the Spitballers Podcast with Andy, Mike, and Jason.
Oh, I'm getting recorded double time here. Some behind the scenes action.
Was that a whisper scat?
It was a whisper scat. Just I'm trying to be like the cool cat, you know?
He's trying to lower his risk, which, well done. And yeah, I got some behind the scenes because I wanted the spitwads out there to be able to understand, what am I hearing? It just keeps going.
Yeah, it was beautiful music.
I want them to be able to just see.
You got to fade out appropriately, man. That's how bros do it.
I wanted them to be able to see how much you were not wanting to do that.
I very much did not want to do it.
Because I got video of you banging your forehead into your microphone 4 or 5 times. It's a privilege.
It's ridiculous, man, because you're over here, I'm hitting my head in my microphone, and then you come out with magic.
That's pretty good.
Thank you.
I enjoyed it thoroughly.
Now, but did you ever stop and consider maybe the only reason magic came was due to the blows to the head on the microphone?
Oh, I see.
That's how I
that's
prepped
how you got
myself.
the idea?
Yeah.
That has not worked for Antonio Brown. All right, we're moving on. At Spitballers Pod on Twitter, spitballerspod.com is the website, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. You know where to go. And on Apple Podcasts, you can subscribe. You can review the show. We're trying to rebrand your Monday. We're trying to improve the chores around the house, mowing the lawn. You know what?
People mow the lawn on a Monday?
Better with the spit.
I feel like that's a Saturday thing.
Yes, because people also can listen to the show anytime they want, Mike.
But if they're mowing the lawn on a Monday,
that's double.
They put it off, so now the grass is extra long.
Yeah, exactly.
And pro tip, if you want this show on Friday, jointhespit.com, early access.
Jointhespit.com? Do we have
Yes,
that website?
actually, that does work. You can go to jointhespit.com, and it does forward to the correct location.
Oh, that's a behind the scenes.
That's true. It actually
Peel back
works.
the curtain.
We had a big argument when we were starting between whether jointhespit.com was good or horrific.
Yes.
And we landed on spitballerspod.com and then click become a spitwad. But the cat's out of the bag. You can join the spit.
Me and
the
Owl.
spit's out of the bag.
Me and Owl who are very much on the join the spit side.
I'm on that side.
Well, now everyone is.
Yeah, everyone. All right, we're getting into reviews.
Reviewosaurus Rex.
This one comes in from Lafayette Gridiron 7. The best New Year's resolution, 5 stars. I'd only listen to this show a time or two, as I'm an avid listener of their other podcast, Fantasy Footballers, and decided that my New Year's resolution was to listen to more podcasts. Well, that's quite the resolution. Like, I want to get my life better. I got to listen to more podcasts.
I think he can pull it off.
Well, let's see how it went. Well, after almost 1 month of listening to this podcast, I've learned 2 things. First, I can finally keep a New Year's resolution.
Nice.
And make them easy, people.
Set the bar low.
My New Year's resolution is to eat a lot of candy. Second, these guys are so funny that I've listened to every single Spitballers episode in less than 3.5 weeks.
Holy crap.
That's a lot.
There's no way one of those wasn't mowing the lawn, by the way.
Yeah. Great podcast by a great group of guys.
Lawn.
Thank you, Lafayette Gridiron. And I have to imagine those were 3 of the best weeks of his life. Don't you think?
Certainly. Yes, absolutely.
I think he had to be doing nothing else.
The amount of time, and we need to do this math here. How many weeks, how many hours per day? If you're going 3.5 weeks, we got about 80-something shows.
Let's call it 80 hours.
I mean, that's a lot.
It's like 4 shows a day.
That's a lot of Spitballers.
Good for you, Lafayette.
Oh, there's more coming. We've got a whole show to do.
Would you rather?
Michael from Twitter, would you rather have a carpeted kitchen or a carpeted bathroom for the rest of your life?
It's the simple atrocities that are the worst.
It is the simple atrocities of life.
I can barely handle the fact that we have to talk about this and debate this because
you don't like the idea of
a carpeted bathroom.
And those exist.
I know. And I had a buddy of mine growing up who I did a couple overnights at the house, and he had a carpeted bathroom.
Come on.
This is no joke. He had a Yeah, not only did they have a carpeted bathroom, but they had an undersized, like, little kitty toilet seat.
No.
Owl Borland knows what I'm talking about.
In the carpeted bathroom?
In the carpeted bathroom. But look, nothing puts me on tilt like a carpeted bathroom.
Nothing.
Where, and I know this sounds ridiculous, but it's you shower. I am clean. I've now spent, 5 to 10 minutes because I'm not a water waster like Jason over here, but I'm clean. The second my feet touch a carpeted floor coming out of the shower, I'm instantly dirty again.
Really?
Like from head to toe. It's just my feet touching. It doesn't matter. I'm upside down and I am filthy and I'm covered in bacteria, and my skin is crawling just thinking about it happening.
I remember the last time we were looking to move,
good.
and we were looking at different houses. You'd go in a house and it would have a carpeted bathroom.
No!
And I mean, I literally think to myself, okay, first of all, if we get this house, we have to redo the bathroom. That's fact.
You need to hire a shaman to come in and release the demons.
Second, the person who we're getting this house from was a nightmare of a human.
Yes!
Because
Thank
if you
you.
can stand,
If there's a
it's
carpeted bathroom, that has to be a house in which there was just a room that someone added a toilet to.
They
This
used
just
to
cannot
carpet
be
bathrooms.
on purpose.
Yes.
100%. But look, my problem with the carpeted bathroom isn't I get out and I step on carpet and I'm dirty, because look, if you have carpet, you're going to eventually step on it and get dirty by that logic. I don't really care. What I care about is there's so much water that gets everywhere all the time. The shower, the bath.
Who's to say you're going to hit your mark every time you go to the bathroom as well?
You're getting moist carpet, wet pads, nasty, mildewy, moldy, just awfulness. So that's my issue with it. 100%. It's just disgusting.
I'm so far though. I'm to the point of I'm OCD about the bath mat. If the bath mat is too thick and spongy, carpet-like,
we're learning about Mike today.
I get flashbacks about stepping onto a carpet out of the shower.
I can't relate to the idea that the carpet is just inherently dirty. But we don't wear shoes in our house either. So I don't know if that changes things. But here's what I do remember.
Have you ever been in have you ever had the carpeted bathroom experience?
Here's my experience. When I grew up, our house, every single toilet had a U-shaped little mat.
Yes.
And sometimes it was kind of a high pile, almost shag-like. So you'd be standing on carpet while you are standing. So
you're sitting on the carpet?
You're
There's
sitting
a problem.
on the toilet. Your feet are on the...
You are
what do you
missing.
call that, though?
What do you call where your feet are if you're sitting? You would still say sitting, right?
It's a bathroom mat.
Let's not get lost here. That's a bathroom mat, but that's the one that goes around the toilet, not the one that goes
I had
under...
that too.
Okay.
And that's not a problem. Those are nice.
Those seem to have fallen out, though. I don't see those around anymore.
That's
where you
true.
move from floor to carpet. Why do you need a little bitski of carpet underneath the toilet?
That's warmth. I don't want cold feet. I want
really?
Oh, 100%.
Well, that makes some sense.
We don't have that in front of the toilet where I shower in the mornings, and I pretty much either take the clothes off and then lay them down, and I put my feet on that because it's cold. I don't want cold feet.
Wait, you step on your clothes?
My dirty clothes that I took off so that I don't have to step on cold tile.
Wait, what?
What's wrong with that?
I get what he's saying.
Before the shower. Not like I come out and use it as
How cold are your floors, man?
Look, I demand...
Are these ice blocks?
I demand the feeling of perfection. I've got a
You
heated
do.
toilet
You
seat.
really do. And we could open that whole can of worms.
Now, here's the thing.
He
Getting
needs
lost...
infinite hot water.
Yes.
We're talking 40 minutes worth.
Yeah, it's a tankless water heater or bust. But getting lost in all this, both places are going to get something on it. Something on it. So would you rather it be primarily water or primarily
I will take the carpeted
sauce?
I will take the carpeted bathroom
It's not-
because you're going to be replacing your carpeted kitchen every other week. I mean, that is just going to be... Do you know how many things have hit the kitchen floor? I mean...
My dogs make sure it's a lot of things. You leave a bowl of cereal on my counter, you're going to get in trouble because I know what the dogs are doing.
And one spill, you're not getting a, You're going to spend the whole night cleaning up your pile of spaghetti, and that carpet's going to be ruined.
I don't like milk carpets.
No,
Milk
I've been
carpets-
against milk carpets for years.
So I am much to my chagrin. I am taking the carpeted bathroom, Mike.
Enjoy
I am too.
your fecal carpet.
Enjoy your spaghetti kitchen.
That's fine. I can handle a stain. What I can't handle is getting out of the shower. Oh my gosh!
It's-
I can't
what
even
I
talk
really
about
think
it.
What about
this
when
is
people come over? Because
This
you know,
is weird,
I've
Al,
never been
right?
in your master
Wait, hold
bedroom.
on. People come over to your house?
Yeah, there you go.
I've never been to your master bathroom, and you can hide the carpet in there. But I've been in your kitchen, Mike. I'm be like, what is this multicolored carpet? That's food.
It's art.
Al, I need to know something because we are sitting here where I think Mike has some sort of psychological damage from a carpeted bathroom. Are you in that same boat where you would? Which one would you take?
I think I'd have to take the bathroom, but they're both awful.
Here's what I know.
terrible.
If I have a carpeted bathroom in my master bathroom, it's just me and my wife. Like, no one else is going to come. But if it's the kitchen, everybody's in the kitchen.
So does it
don't-
change if it's a guest bath?
No, it doesn't change.
No, because I don't
still-
use the guest bath. It's for them.
It's just not for everybody. Here's the one thing I know. We've got a large enough audience that
Sorry
people,
about the carpet.
people will be listening. I am positive people will be listening who have a carpeted bathroom. And
Oh,
they're-
send me a picture.
And so this could
Please
be
send me a
Oh,
picture.
this
gosh.
could be revelatory. Okay, this could either be something where it's like, I didn't realize how bad that was. Get a hold of yourself and call a flooring company, or you do it yourself. You know, a
Just-
little DIY
It's
project.
like 100 square feet.
Just rip it up and go with sealed
Cement.
concrete.
Absolutely better. 100. That's what would happen.
That would make you feel less dirty, Mike?
Oh, 100,
The sealed concrete?
100,000%.
So you're exposing the foundation of
It's-
your home.
without a doubt. That's better. Without a doubt.
Thank you. That would be living the life of luxury.
The only
As
way
the
that's-
gourmites come climbing up through
The
the
termites
floor.
don't eat the concrete. What termites
Climbing
do
up
There's some
through the
cracks.
concrete?
There's some cracks.
You gotta get your foundations checked.
So
Concrete
we've
termites?
I think I'm just saying up through the foundation. It happens. Al,
Yeah.
Sure did.
help me.
Now I want to see the pictures if anybody has a
Yes.
carpeted kitchen.
Oh my God!
Does not exist.
$100 if you live in a carpeted kitchen
You have
house.
a white carpeted kitchen.
Oh,
Did you have any friends?
Oh, I already know who you're talking about. The white carpet people
Yes.
that make you take your shoes off. I mean, that is like
No, like I had a friend. It wasn't a great friend, so I've only been to their house a couple of times when I was growing up. But they had a room you couldn't go in. You were not allowed to go into this room because it had a white carpet for some reason. And you're like, what is?
growing up.
I would like to pay to make this room off limits.
Here's 200 square feet in our home. We just don't use it, and it's right in the middle. It would be very convenient if I could travel through it. I would save 3 turns in a hallway. But no, you don't get to go into this room. What are you doing?
That's for pictures. That's for pictures from the outside. Growing up, my parents went out.
No, you didn't have.
No, I didn't have white carpet.
Oh.
My parents went out and they bought this super, super expensive, fancy. This was like, we call it our rich phase, which was like 2
rich-
weeks. It was like 2 weeks.
because you bought this
Because we got
thing?
to, where they went out and they bought this super fancy, beautiful
dining table.
white couch, white cloth couch. It was like a microfiber. That was the ugliest couch you've ever seen in your life, because if you ever came over to my house covered in blankets and sheets, because you can't get anything on it. So it's like literally, if we got the couch from the Goodwill, we could have made it look the same, because at all Thanksgiving, it's covered in sheets because you can't get anything on the white couch. And I'm like, why
When did you use it?
Never. Well, we used it all the time, but we never saw the white
He's
part.
putting on like a chemical suit, one of those
It's so dumb.
hazmat suits to sit on it.
So they didn't even like get up like fancy, cool, modern, trendy
this is
blankets
something
for it.
we
It was
don't-
just
No, it was like what
Like
we
the
had.
sheets?
It's literally
the
bed
spare
sheets.
sheets?
Spare bed sheets is what was draped over our super expensive couch to keep it clean.
This is something we
so
don't-
that it looked good.
We
except
don't
it
deal
looked-
with this though. There used to always be like a room of the house. Like we had a dining table. It was a nice dining table. I lived in that house for 10 years. I got to eat at that dining table every Thanksgiving. That's the end.
So 10 times.
Yeah, or Christmas, I guess, as well. But you just, if you as a kid thought about taking your cereal into the dining room and sitting at that table, that was just not even that table is not
And
for
our-
cereal.
And our parents wonder why we have so many issues.
It's on you, parents.
You had an entire room that we couldn't go in. What is that?
we wanted to go in.
And then were you allowed in the parents' room?
No.
So now there's 2 rooms you can't go into.
I tried to bring that rule back.
Ooh, yeah.
It has not gone over well.
I would love to.
I tried to.
that rule.
I told my wife, I go, when I was a kid, we didn't we weren't allowed in our parents' room. So can we
wasn't
do
either.
that now? And we're like, she's like, well, you got like 10 years of precedent you've set. And I'm like, yeah, but we could get it going right now. It's off limits.
Were you allowed in?
And
Jay?
then I set the video games up in there.
I was allowed in, but I didn't go in for
Okay.
fear of anything.
Oh, okay. All right.
That's the grown-up room.
I snuck in one time and changed the waterbed settings.
Oh, very nice.
Your parents had a water bed?
Oh, you betcha.
What settings did it have? We had a water bed, but it was
Temperature.
what?
You can change your
That's a
waterbed
fancy
temperature.
waterbed. I've never heard of this.
Mr. Richie Rich over here.
Well, let's just
We
say they
had
couldn't.
5 rooms I couldn't go
They
in.
couldn't sleep in the bed that night, and I was in big trouble.
Ooh, too hot or too cold?
I don't even remember, man. But I turned that dial, and I was like a space captain of my.
Your water ship.
Yeah, man, it was cool. Like back then, tech was.
Sure. Was water
Tech was
beds.
water beds.
And for the younger listeners out there, people used to have beds
Thank you.
full of water, and that's what they slept
And not
on.
just kind of popular. Like these things swept the nation.
Imagine a
So comfortable.
gargantuan baggie that was then filled with water, and that's what you slept on until, inevitably, it broke and
Yes.
flooded the room, which is why there are no more water beds because it's idiotic
there was
and stupid.
there was a phase of this country that were waterbeds, and there was a futon phase
oh,
where
yeah.
futons were all the rage.
Yeah.
Both of them fell out of favor
You always see those
for
commercials.
the traditional bed.
You see to the.
We're going back to the basics.
Yeah.
We're gonna change our beds into beds. You always see the commercials
Wanted
where
to
it's
go
like
with the lava bed.
you put a glass of wine on the bed, and then you
Right.
and then you can
Oh,
jump
yeah.
on the other side, and that one's not moving. The water bed was if you moved.
We've seen it.
An inch.
Yeah.
You're disrupting, and it just
whole ecosystem.
It's a perpetual motion machine. They say it can't exist. A waterbed was that.
You've
Yeah.
seen like the giant blob thing, like at summer camp, where someone sits on the end of the blob and then
Yes.
someone else jumps onto the other edge of the blob and launches.
That's true, though.
person
If
into the
you
air,
just
that's a waterbed.
If you touch the corner of that bed with your pinky, there would
5
be a
minutes.
wave that hits
5
the
minutes.
other corner of the bed.
It's the butterfly wings.
That's right. Okay. How did we get here? I don't know.
I don't know.
Max from the website, would you rather have every now I can't read it. I was reading it and Jeremy jumped in the dock and just covered it up.
Good job.
I touched nothing.
You absolutely did.
No, I see your.
If you put
your name says
what happens is if you put your cursor there,
Hold on,
your
what if-
name pops up and
if-
it says Jeremy Grantham as a cursor.
What if I do that? Is
So
that-
it just covered it. I could he just
Mike has
deleted
now
it.
deleted the
All right,
question.
let's bring the question back. Would you rather and now Mike's cursor's in the way. I'm not even kidding.
All right.
Get your cursors away from this question. Are we good?
We're good.
Would you rather have everything you say be nice, but have a mean tone,
okay, so my normal life.
Yeah, I was gonna say Mike.
me.
or a mean thing to say but in a nice tone? So if you,
Super
I
passive
mean,
aggressive.
mind you, it's written as to be a mean thing to say, but we'll just let that go.
Max.
I think this is tough.
Well, at the end of the day, I'm curious.
How important
if the
is it to
person,
say mean things in your life? Is the question to me.
I'm curious if the person who is saying things that are mean, if they come across as nice, does this mean are we to interpret this as people view that person as nice?
No, it's super passive aggressive.
Then that's just a double negative. That's like
Right.
Like one of these, you can say, well, what he said wasn't actually mean. I just think he's kind of grumpy. The other one is like, well, he's mean and he's a jerk the way he delivers it. Like, I'd rather a mean person be mean than a mean person be like all passive aggressive.
You're like, oh man, you're looking fat today.
Yeah, I don't know how to respond.
I don't even think you said it nice right there.
That was super nice for Mike.
Oh, for Mike it was.
Oh, give me a shot. Give me something mean in a nice tone.
Okay. Hey man, you still don't have a home? How's that?
That's
all
pretty
seems
good.
sarcastic to me.
Because
I can't hear any of them as nice
All right,
things.
your turn, Andy. Let's hear it.
What, I have to say something nice?
something nice.
No, something
No,
mean in a nice tone.
Hey, you look like you gained a whole bunch of extra weight.
Yeah, that's the worst.
You just sound like a mean person.
So
Now, Mike has what's called resting angry face.
Yes.
This is a legit
scientific condition.
problem.
Yes, well documented.
When you add the beard and the tattoos to the natural resting angry face, you just come across as either mean or angry, or at the best, like your pinnacle is just grumpy.
Sure.
Like,
yes.
oh, he's just grumpy.
Yep.
He's not mean to me, or he doesn't hate me. He's just a grumpy guy.
Yep.
That's the best case. Like, if you don't know. So when I used to run our former company, Broken Bulb Game Studios, I got multiple complaints from different people in the company saying how
Yeah,
Mike,
I had to testify to HR on Mike's behalf.
how Mike was mad at them.
Yeah.
Or was mean to them, and when I would investigate, I'm like,
Wait, they said I was mean to them?
yes, because the way
That's
you
just
answer is like one word with your mean face, and so it's like it seems like you're a real jerk. And then I would investigate.
These
I'm like,
people don't appreciate being concise.
I was like, no, he didn't. I don't think he did anything wrong. And then you're.
Let me ask you a simple question. Have you ever contorted yourself for the good of others, Mike?
Yes.
Okay. Just
It hurt.
sure. Hurt like heck. Oh, how's the weather?
Yes, I have had to do it.
All right, so would
It's
you rather?
exhausting.
It's exhausting. Would you rather have everything you say be nice but have a mean tone? I
Yep.
think that ultimately I have to go that way.
Well, welcome to the party.
Yeah.
It's hard to do. Like just the same way that it when you say something mean in a nice tone, it doesn't come across that way. I don't know if you could say something really nice in a mean tone. Like, how does that look? It's like, what? You've been working out, Andy? You're looking like you lost weight.
Hey, here's your paycheck. Well, also, we added benefits.
Yeah, that's weird, but I'll take it. I'll take that one.
No, you got to.
All right, we're
Heart
gonna
of
move,
gold.
We're gonna move on.
That's a great question.
All right, this one comes in from somebody named Beeroni. That's like beer and pepperoni mixed together.
I
Or
would
that's
say
how I'm reading.
Ooh.
macaroni.
Okay.
That's some indigestion.
Beer
Yeah.
battered macaroni. Is that a thing?
This is a spit wad from Patreon.
It's got to be a thing.
I'd eat it.
At what point does a jog become a run? Oh, because we need to. Jason said
yeah.
he's been thinking about
Our
running.
resident running
Actually-
expert.
Actually, this is
come on.
No, this is a really good time to announce. So I've had a personal trainer for the last year and a half. I know, shocking, based on body. But
Has he ever told you, like, don't tell people that I'm your personal trainer?
Yeah, once or twice.
Or it's not me, it's
Just-
you.
He just says you're allowed to say you have one, but don't
say
Dre. But so he's moving locations, and I'm not going with him, and so the running is going to have to happen soon. Or
That's the update.
That's the update. The update is I have finally started
Considering.
considering being forced into running, and so I think that might.
Now, that seems
Happen.
a little bit, almost like a step back from your previous status.
Right, because I used to have a trainer and wanted to run.
Right.
Now I have no trainer and might run.
Okay.
I'm probably not going to run.
Have you been to a running store yet?
Well, I have an awesome pair of running shoes. That's true.
Okay, so
We've
you already have the
We've
shoes.
already shared that. I have really good running shoes. It's one of those stores you go to
You're so close.
where you go to it.
You have literally everything you need
And
to
they
start running.
They like measure your foot and they video you.
Yeah.
your walk,
Unnecessary.
and they never tell you the price of the shoe. You just eventually.
I did it once.
You eventually go, okay, I'll take those, and then you get up to the register and they're like, that'll be $283. You're like, what am I doing?
I went to one of those walking stores. I was like, maybe I need some custom insoles or something. They did the whole process. It was fascinating. It was neat. Cool technology. They introduced me to their 3-step plan. It was over $800.
It's
What?
unbelievable.
It was like you have to get 3 sets of insoles. This one's for if you play sports. This one's for walking around. This one's for like light work. You need all 3 packs.
These ones just sit in your closet.
These are more closet insoles to keep things filled out in there.
does anybody actually do the 3-step plan? Like, is this something that they sell?
Or they just start
reality?
there and then they go, well, I guess you can get the one pair for $600.
Right. What a deal. But I honestly believe that because I bought those expensive shoes like 2 years ago, I
Almost
am
there.
so much closer to running because I think that my feet will be protected by them. They better as heck be.
I mean, that's really what shoes do.
So, Jason, when does a jog become a run?
A jog becomes a run.
When's the last time you went for a jog?
Are you going to take up jogging or running? That's the real question.
Great question.
Okay, so that actually leads into the answer to this question because if I start running, I'm not. I'm starting jogging.
Okay.
Like if I were to go out and run today, I'm not running.
Would
I'm
your
jogging.
feet be... See, I'm curious about this question. Is it about the amount of distance that you cover per stride? Because that could be a definition that switches it over. Or is it distance off the ground?
I think it's energy exerted. I really think that, I mean, I know the difference between a jog and a run, and it's when you're pushing yourself versus letting your body's momentum just kind of naturally carry it in an easy gait. Like, when you're jogging is when you're easily not walking. That's jogging is easily not walking. Running is difficultly not walking.
I feel like jogging is pretending to run, but someone could walk faster than you jog.
Jogging is something that you do when you're a runner, but you don't want people to see you walking because you're tired.
Right.
I am still running.
Because I've run before. I've gotten into some running habits, and by habit I mean like 10 to 12 days. And when you run, you get tired. Shocker, right? Mm-hmm. By the way, Jason, I don't know if you knew that. So consider that with your decision making. When you run, you're going to get tired, and it shocked me too. But when it happened, it made me want to begin walking, which is a different type of movement.
Yeah.
But then when cars would drive by, I would move into more of a jogging.
Because you were being shamed
Yes.
by a drive-by?
If I am wearing the right shoes, the right clothes, I've got all the equipment. I've got the iPod. I almost said iPad.
You got
That's a problem.
You got the arm strap?
I had the arm strap. If someone's driving by and they see me walking, what am I? I'm not a runner at that point.
Yeah, that's pretty embarrassing. That's why I plan to start in jeans. I'm going to start my running in blue jeans so that when they see me and I'm walking, they'll say, why is that man sweating so much while he's walking?
Nice running shoes, Gene, man.
Yeah, but here's the problem. Because then when they see you actually running in your jeans, they'll say, there goes a criminal. That man has stolen something. Because no one runs in jeans.
People are constantly going to pull up to Jason when he's jean running and be like, can I take you somewhere? Are you okay? Like, where's your car? Did you leave your car back there?
All right, I'm going to announce this right here. I'm going to speak it out, turn it into reality.
Let's go.
Before the next Spitballers episode, I will go on a run. Before the next Spitballers episode.
You know that's a week. Just so you're aware.
We're not taking next week off?
No.
I'll probably be dead.
I'm going to go on record then.
Okay.
Before the next Spitballers episode, Jason will have Ubered back from the second half of his run.
But so just kind of to piggyback, a funny story. Like, I mean, years and years ago, before we had children, I had a bit of a running phase as well, and I tried to get my wife into running, and the only way I was able to get her to run is a mile away from us. There was a Sonic.
Yeah.
So
that was like the carrot on the end of the 1 mile.
We would run to Sonic, eat ice cream, and then walk back.
Which, I mean, objectively speaking, is better than driving to Sonic to eat ice cream and then driving
that's what
back.
I thought.
Yeah, those are always
all right.
Those are net zero situations there, I guess. Although probably not net zero.
My favorite part of that is we run there, we eat ice cream, we walk back.
Because you ate ice cream.
Yeah.
You can't run a mile after you had ice cream at Sonic.
Right.
How many times did you do this?
That's like
More or less than 5 times?
More.
Okay.
Wow.
And this is...
I have a Sonic about a mile away. So now I've got a game
There
plan.
you go, man.
Oh, man.
Go get a slush.
Oh,
Maybe this will be my
gosh.
IG post. Me running.
All right, we're going one more great question here. Al, you've previewed these. Should I go with the second one or the third one? What do you think?
Go with the third one.
All right. Brandy from Twitter says, what is something that you've never done but would like to try?
I know what mine is.
I've got some softball answers here. I'll try to think of a big one. I've never, ever gone skiing or snowboarding.
Ooh.
That seems like a very easy thing to be able to try out.
My
Although-
tailbone will never forget the one time
That's
I went
why I've been
snowboarding.
so hesitant. I feel like I'm out of my physical prime, so I can only hurt more things.
It's like skateboarding. Like
Yeah, I
I'm
fall
not-
on skateboards.
That's not my answer for this, but it's like one of those things of what's something you wish you could do? I wish I could skateboard, but it's too late. I'm too big now.
Yeah.
I can't learn. I can't take all the falls at this size and learn how to do
This
it.
is like the answer is just jump a fence. Like, I've never done it. I'm looking forward to trying it.
You know, I've gone skiing once, and I am going skiing in 2 weeks. So
What?
2 weeks from now, we have a ski trip planned.
You've never
So
gone?
ladies and gentlemen, big announcement. There will be 2 more episodes of
Yes.
the Spitballers podcast.
No, I have gone once. I went around the turn of the century when I was in better shape, and we went
in
skiing.
for a bad time.
And we had a really good time. I was getting a little bit better. I'm still on like the easy hills. I'm not going up to anything fancy, but I'm getting my speed up. And so we're done. We're done with the day. And this is the final day, and everyone's heading back into the, what
All
do
right.
they call that?
The lodge.
The lodge, which
Yes.
was awesome.
Oh, man.
That's the best
Oh,
place.
part of skiing.
Best
give me
part of
the-
skiing
the
is
lodge is
for sure.
incredible.
So they all go back. I'm like, I want to take one more.
You going out, Mike? Not yet. Not today.
I've already been out.
Yeah, I just got in.
You're going lodging. I want to go lodging. That's what I want.
Yes.
I want to sip on drinks by a fire while other people ski.
While you hold your snowboard.
Oh, you got to have skis or in hand.
And by the end of the day, you're like, man, my tailbone
Goggles
feels
up.
great.
So anyways, so I said I want one more pass down this mountain.
Yeah.
And I went up. I hadn't fallen once the whole time. And I am picking up. I go a little higher. I'm picking up the most speed I've had. And way off in the distance, I see it. I see it so far in advance. I'm going straight down. And this, I don't know, chubby 13-year-old.
Why you gotta start with Chubby?
Well, you got to understand he had the weight. Okay, he had. This is important, right? He's got.
Say he's sturdy.
He's okay, a sturdy big boy. Good for him. Anyways, he's riding sideways across this mountain. Like he's not going down at all. He's just going.
He's blaming the fat kid.
Well, I mean, it was.
what
I
we
feel like
do.
it was his fault. But anyways, so this Jebster's going left to right, and so I'm coming down the mountain and. I see him, and I'm trying to get ahead of him, but then he speeds up, going sideways.
Well, you know how momentum works.
Well, right. So, well, no, he was going sideways.
Sideways.
He was going across the mountain, like getting in everybody's way. So I'm like,
It's
okay,
important he's not skinny because Jason could have avoided a skinny person is what he's getting to.
I don't want to smash this kid, and so I
And end
decide.
him.
I decide to
Because
go.
what happens when Chubby meets Chubby?
So I turn to the right. And I'm going to go behind him. And when I do that, the kid slows down,
So he's a brat.
and I clip the back of his ski.
Oh, video.
And I tumbled down this mountain 100 times.
You know that
my
kid was
goggles,
laughing.
My goggles, the glasses broke out of the goggle. One ski was 45 yards up the mountain. I had no idea where it was at. I mean, 100% concussion probability here. And someone eventually brought me
You
my
know how
ski.
momentum works.
And so I finally get back to the lodge, and I walk in just covered in snow.
Massacred.
One of the sides of my goggles out, like holding my skis, and I don't remember the rest. of
And
it.
so you're going back in a couple weeks?
2 weeks.
What are your thoughts on estate planning out of totally unrelated curiosity?
I have a trust now, so we should be okay.
Excellent.
That was funny. We should draft something now.
That's not funny.
Let's bring it down a notch.
The Spitballers Draft.
So look, I
The
don't.
mental picture of you just careening down this mountain, no understanding of where your body is, whether you've broken yourself, walking back into the lodge is like, yeah, I took another
and
run at
seeing
it.
the lodgers who are perfectly fine.
What this had to look like to everyone else on the mountain, because this wasn't like I fell down. This was like I did 40 cartwheels. You know, it's like
How'd the kid do?
He was laughing.
I have no idea. I have
That
no
kid,
idea.
If I'm that kid, and then I see this guy up the hill, that's doing everything he can to avoid me and still clips the back of my skis and then goes rolling down the mountain.
Yeah, he got out of there. He's like, oh, now he's going fast.
Oh, my gosh. That's really good. All right, here's our draft today. I don't even feel like I can transition into it.
This is such a terrible idea. We blame Al Borland for this. So,
Okay.
Because this can go a couple directions. We are drafting best movies for a good cry. Now, as has been documented by what 1,000 podcasts between this and the Fantasy Footballers, Jason and I turn into blubbering monster beast men.
I'm a bit of a crier.
And I am too. For like movies get me. And honestly, you know, it's my stupid children's fault because before I had kids, I could watch any movie and just iron face.
Wait, so do you cry because you relate as like a parent in the movies?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
So like different things get me now.
It's because you're older. You can
Yes,
relate to
that's
more
it.
things. Back then it was like, unless somebody tells a really sad tale about me playing video games.
I'm old and weak now.
Yeah.
Yeah, back then it was like the main character dies. Like, I'm never going to die. This doesn't even relate to me.
Now it relates a little bit more.
So this is what's weird for me is, so I'll
4
cry.
skiing movies for Jason.
I will.
Ooh, the 80s were good for ski movies.
They were, man.
Yeah.
Some Ski Patrol, that was fantastic. But no, so I tend to cry at happy movies. Like,
Okay, you're a happy crier.
but
I have a little bit of that.
I'll cry at both. But
Okay.
the ones that are inappropriate are like the ones where it's like nobody else is crying. That's where you look over to Jason. I'm like, oh my gosh, the kid did it. He did it. And I'm crying.
He freed Willie.
I bawled like
Oh, Free Willy's your first pick?
too sad.
I
No,
cry at music more than I do at movies.
Yeah, music.
Believe
is-
it or not.
Yeah, you'll see from my list. Usually, it's father, son, or animal related.
Okay.
Oh.
That's what devastates me. So
For sure.
Like I said, I don't know which way this draft is going to go. It could end up with me just weeping. I don't know if that will be funny for people.
If they
Hopefully
it'll
it
be
is.
funny for me.
if
man.
they made movies with carpeted bathrooms, Mike would also cry.
That's a horror movie.
Okay. Jason, you get the first pick in this draft. Congrats.
Yeah, this is not the one I want the first pick because these are so subjective. I don't think there's a clear one-on-one here. Movie I've most recently cried to a lot would be Cinderella, live action. It was amazing.
What?
Cried-
Cinderella?
This is a true story. I cried when the dad died, of course, but I also
Of
cried.
course.
This is probably the worst of my life. When she came out in that blue dress, was beautiful, man. I was like, oh my goodness.
So now you fully understand how easily Jason cries.
I was like, that's because I was crying for the costume designer. I was like, oh, you've done it, girl.
Are you sure it
But
was
I'm
a
pretty
costume
sure-
and not CGI'd?
Oh yeah.
Listen,
It was-
I assume, because I would bet my life on it, that you also cried this past weekend when your daughter did taught some kids a dance routine,
I'm not a tear up.
and she was in
No
a
shame.
pretty dress,
No
in
shame.
a princess dress.
It was no Cinderella dress, but
It was no Cinderella.
But, right. I mean, on a dress.
When she
is
walked
not
out, he's just
special.
like,
No fairy godmother made that dress. All right, but I'm not taking that. I'm going to go with the sad route. There's only two
you
movies.
can get that with your last pick if you need it.
There are two movies that have literally destroyed me.
right.
Absolutely wrecked me. But one of these two, I don't think this is a vote getter. I don't think this is the clear one-on-one, but it is the clear one-on-one for me because if I watch this movie, which I've watched probably 4 or 5 times in my life, this is the only movie where I am sad 4 or 5 days later.
Ooh.
I can't recover.
stays with you.
I can't recover from the devastation of Legends of the Fall. Legends of the Fall is an unfathomably great and horrific
Interesting.
movie where nothing goes right. I mean, it's sadness upon horror, and I leave that movie depressed forever, and I'm like, that's 3
Really
hours of
smart to
straight
watch
crying.
that 4 or 5 times. It sounds like
It's
a real.
It's great. I mean, it's a stirring tale
I know one thing about the Legends of the Fall.
that Brad Pitt is in.
There is a devastatingly handsome young Brad Pitt, and he wears the cap, and he tips it, and the water splashes up in the air. That's what I know about that movie. I've never seen it. I had no
Stop
idea
You're
it
gonna
was
make
so
me cry.
sad.
Oh, you got it. Look, you like a sad movie. You love movies. Genuinely, Legends of the Fall is a must-watch. It is. It will hold up.
All right.
It's a
Here's-
must-watch.
I'll put it on the
your
list.
All right, so you got Legends of the Fall. Here's the problem that I brought up when this topic came up as our draft. I've cried at movies. I've cried at several movies. I might have cried at that movie. I've seen Legends of the Fall.
And then you cried.
I probably did. But I don't remember because I don't remember movies.
Yeah.
So not only do I need
You also
to
don't remember stuff.
also stuff, but movies as well. We've got a gene in our family. We watch movies, we forget what happened.
Oh,
So I have a limited
terrible
amount of
gene.
movies that I remember
You get
and I cried with.
rewatchability is fantastic for him.
Yeah. But here's the thing. I love that you chose that movie because there's another movie that I really want to take, but I know Mike won't take it, which means I don't need to take it right now, which means
Ooh.
I'm actually going to go with
nicely played.
There's only one movie that
I'm going to go with Up.
Okay.
Because the scene, the
okay.
singular scene
Yep.
in Up to
Yep.
start the movie is one of the saddest movie moments, but in an endearing way, which is
Yep.
the kind of sad that you kind of, I don't know, you wrap more of your emotions around the endearing, sad moments. And because it was sad with a sense of like happy, right? Like of this
Sure.
life lived. So Up is, that scene in Up is what I'm going to go with for my
the
first pick.
first time that you at home watched Up, think about the first time and then ask yourself, did I cry?
The answer is,
The answer is yes.
Well,
You're a human.
are you a robot?
Or B, no, I'm a robot. Because, I mean, you weren't expecting it. Like, you know, I can watch it now and not cry, even
When
though
you
it's
sit
really
down
sad.
for a Pixar movie and you're like, you know, a Disney movie, you're just like, all right, I'm here for.
Oh, how sweet.
Oh.
They love each other.
Oh, that's
She
real
did.
sweet. That's real sweet.
Speaking of Pixar, my first pick will be a
Oh.
Pixar movie. Because,
I get it.
Because Pixar just punches you in the face. But they like to punch you in the face when you're laughing at a joke.
Yeah,
And it's Toy Story 3.
of course. I knew that would be your
Because
pick.
the scene when they're going into the furnace,
They're holding hands, getting ready to die
I
together.
can't even talk about it.
This is a children's movie. This is a children's movie, and they're holding hands going
Because
into
those
the fire.
are my toys. Those are my toys that are going into the furnace. I grew up with them. And now
He's
they're
tearing up right
I
now.
told you I can't
He's
talk
glossing
about it.
over a little bit. You
told
really
you,
are.
This is a disaster of a draft.
Oh my gosh, Toy Story
We
3.
just said we rebranded Mondays. We make chores more fun, and we are bringing up at minimum 12 sad moments from your life out there. Not one, not two. I want you to remember 12 times you've cried as a person today. That's my message to you. Here's 12 times you cried.
I am glad we are laughing because
Yes.
because that's the only thing stopping it.
Okay,
And-
you
and
better
here-
go to your
here's-
next
yeah.
pick
Here's the
quickly.
thing about that.
Where you also cried.
When
Yes.
when that movie came out, and they all hold hands and they're going into the
Stop
furnace,
talking about it.
knowing that they are going to their death, but at least they're together. This was expected to be the end of the Toy Story series.
Right.
So this was how it ends.
It
That
And
does
in the
change
and
a lot.
Pixar would do it. Pixar would say, "We love these toys. We're putting them out to pasture. We're gonna melt them down in the fire."
And
All right, well, now you get to pick. We only have 9 sad
Yes.
things left.
So I think I know the movie you're going to take.
Yeah. I know you won't take it.
That you gambled I wouldn't take. I want to take it.
Really?
But I have no choice. But I got to stay with Pixar because
Okay.
because they are the masters of emotional manipulation. I will take
Oh, yeah.
Inside Out.
Yeah. Oh, you're talking about Bing Bong.
I'm talking about Bing Bong.
Yeah.
Because the last time I watched that with my children, that like I fully broke down. My children had to huddle around me and say, "Dad, everything's gonna be okay," because I'm just weeping thinking about Bing Bong. I'm like, I'm a grown man right now. I do man stuff, and then I just cried forever.
All right. Well, it's obviously a great pick because all
Sacrificed
these.
so much.
Because if you say any of these are
Bing
bad
bong,
picks,
bing
you're
bong.
you're a robot. So
Well, I just haven't
so the
seen
movie the movie that I'm going to go with now, and you knew it, it's Braveheart.
Yep,
And
is on my list.
Braveheart is not.
It's not on your list.
Not
Jake?
even on my list.
Braveheart has not
The
only had
end?
the end of Braveheart is a
Oh.
full tear fest, but Braveheart in and of itself has moments throughout that are weep fests. So there are at least like 3 moments in that movie. If you haven't seen Braveheart, spoilers coming.
Statute of
He
limitations
loses
is over.
he loses his wife
Yep.
at the beginning of that movie. The
His
movie
life at the end.
It's a pretty rough life
His life
for
at
William.
the end. But then there's the
Big
speech.
Willie.
His speech is so inspiring in the middle of that movie.
Yeah, you get the
that
happy
can
cries.
You get the happy cries.
Yeah.
Like Braveheart is in total, and I've watched it many, many times, and it doesn't grip you any less each time you see it. And when a movie is, you brought up the different aspects, like Jason, you brought up Toy Story 3. You thought it was the end of the series. The Braveheart cries are based on the fact this is an epic. This movie's an epic. It's so long. You've been with him this whole story, and it's sacrifice, like Bing Bong.
Yep.
There's a sacrifice element to not giving in. So Braveheart is actually my number one, but I knew it would come back to me, so I took the
you
up
took a
route.
gamble.
Yeah.
I thought about taking it because
that's from you. You're not
yeah.
even the resident Braveheart lover.
I just didn't want Jason to get it.
Yeah, look, Braveheart is the best movie of all time. I definitely don't speak ill of the pick. It just wasn't on my list because I think
I'm shocked.
I've seen it more than any movie I think in the history of movies. Like I've probably watched it 50 or 60 times for a movie that's that long.
That's insane. You've devoted 3 months of your
Remind
life
me,
to
by the way,
Braveheart.
I need to watch that tonight. Go on.
Yeah, and so I don't
I need a
get-
good cry.
I don't get the tearfulness anymore over it, so it doesn't land for me. But still,
Okay.
great movie.
I honestly don't like you anymore, but
The
go on.
second one, I wanted 2 coming into this draft. I'm going to get them both. Legends of the Fall.
Nice.
That one destroyed me. This one destroys me throughout the movie, but the end.
Adam's Family.
The end is unbelievable, and I've got a story to tell with it. It is Big Fish.
Okay, it's on my list.
Big Fish.
It's on my list. The ending. Oh my goodness, the ending to Big Fish.
Big Fish is just unbelievable.
Yes.
The movie.
Fantastic movie.
Fantastic movie.
Would you believe I've seen it and don't remember?
I would believe it.
You
I
should
bet
watch,
something sad happens.
You should watch Big Fish tonight. You shouldn't watch Braveheart. Watch Big Fish.
Seriously, Big Fish is worth it.
That's the sequel?
Yes.
Yeah.
Sequel
To
to
Braveheart?
Braveheart.
Okay,
Big
got it,
Fish.
got
Braveheart
it.
2.
Big Minnow, actually.
So my wife is not nearly the crier that I am. She'll tear up at
No one
at
is.
movie. Well, that's true.
It's the same dichotomy in my house. My wife is perfectly fine, and I am the wreck.
Yeah. I have one memory of complete devastation to my wife. And it was we were leaving Big Fish. Well, first of all, the end of the movie, credits rolling, she's weeping.
Like howling.
We're talking shirt soaked level of
Okay,
like the
all
shirt
right.
like she's going to need napkins because she's so soaked in this movie theater, right? We get out to the lobby and she breaks down again. She just can't handle it because I don't know if it's like the father relationship. I don't know what it is, but we finally get ourselves under control, and she like this destroyed her soul. And we leave. We are in the parking lot looking for our car, and for the third time, she can't handle life and breaks down crying.
Yes.
Literally, I believe she has. Whether it's loss of family members or I
Right.
genuinely believe this was the most crying she's ever done in her life was from Big Fish, and totally worth it because that movie is super sad at the
So
end.
it was like a release for her.
It was a beautiful release. Like
That's fantastic.
I'm gonna watch that tonight. That's so good. Oh, I've got another pick.
You
That was
certainly
a
do.
really long talk for one pick.
All right, so
You're up.
I've got a couple movies here that I like, but I'm gonna play the game here because I think Mike will be taking this, and I want it because Mike is going more the children route. He's got 2 Pixars. I've got 2 like older, grown-uppy
Right.
movies. But Dogs Dying is hard. And Marley and Me.
You are a terrible person.
Marley-
One, because you're bringing it up. I was going to take it 100%.
Yeah.
That was one of my picks.
Marley and Me is a movie that should never have been made. A book.
Why would
that
they
should-
make this a movie?
A book that should never have been made. This is not okay.
Hey guys, you wanna remember the worst day of your life?
You want to remember everything bad that ends horribly? Let's commemorate it with a book and a movie. So yeah, Marley and Me.
Yeah,
Like,
it was my next pick.
I enjoy these other 2 movies. They're phenomenal. Legends of the Fall, Big Fit. Marley and Me is a one and done. I seen it. I'm never seeing it again.
You are correct. I've seen it once.
You want me to avoid that one?
Well, like I said, like certain things trigger me, animal things trigger me, and Marley and Me is on the top of the list.
So Jason has Legends of the Fall, Big Fish, Marley and Me. I have Up and Braveheart. Mike has Toy Story 3 and, Inside Out.
I have a dripping nose right now.
Yes.
Now I'm avoiding just big sniffles into the microphone like you wouldn't believe.
I think I'm going to throw a wild card out there right now. But
Suicide
I think when you
Squad.
hear it, you will both say, "Oh yeah," but I don't think it'll be on your list. But I'm
Okay.
taking it anyway. I have Up. I have Braveheart. I'm taking Green Mile.
It's
Oh,
no, it's
yeah.
100%. It's on my list
For sure.
Holy crap! The end of Green Mile.
Unconscionably sad.
No, it's ridiculous. And Green Mile is like one of those.
Injustice mixed in with sadness. You know
Yes.
what I mean? Like injustice is one of the saddest things that you can witness.
Yep.
And the end of that movie is just really, really gut wrenching.
Yes, it's a fantastic.
Just like
movie.
this show, we say we want this show to be gut wrenching, soul twisting, sad.
Welcome to Mondays.
We're rebranding your Mondays.
Man, I am up. Like I didn't realize you guys would be like actually taking on my list before we have
Oh,
the show
did we do
going.
it?
No, I still have a few, but I said I've got 10 on my list, so I figured I had plenty. But you guys are already taking my choices here. I know one of them.
I got 2 left that I'm happy if either one of them get back to me. So do a bad job.
All right. Well, we'll stick with animals, and I have a similar story to yours. I'm going to take I Am Legend, and I'm not sure if
Interesting.
I'm not sure if you're
I actually
familiar.
remember that movie. I
So,
own it
It's not like
on DVD.
on Laserdisc.
Will
Look,
Smith.
I Am Legend is not a sad movie, but there is a scene in the movie.
Yeah, there is a really sad
where
scene.
his dog turns into a zombie, and he has to kill his dog. And
His dog, who is the only
the only
companion in
friend that
the-
he has.
I legit thought you were talking about when he like sacrifices himself at the end of the movie.
No, I don't care about that.
Okay.
I care about the dog.
All right.
And I was dating. I think I was dating my wife. Or,
Was dating a dog at the time.
No,
Which made it really hit home.
well, like I don't know the timeline. I don't know if I was early in marriage or if I was dating, but like I was at the point where it was like I don't cry in movies
Oh,
because
yeah.
I'm a younger guy. I've got the
You don't relate.
I've got stupid
You were never gonna
machismo
die.
thing or like well no I've got the thing going of like you guys don't cry at movies, which is just absolute bullcrap garbage. Like it's cry at the movies, it's great.
Okay.
So
I will.
so I'm silently weeping, just praying that my wife doesn't look over and see what's happening. And then
Allergies are real bad in this theater.
no, but then the same thing. We're driving home. I'm not saying a single word. And then my wife's like, "What's going on here?" And she's like, "Are you thinking about the movie?" And I'm like, "No." She's like, "Are you thinking about when the dog dies?" And then I lose it. I absolutely lose it in the car. And she is like not making fun of me, but just laughing at how ridiculous I am that this I'm gone. The movie's done. I have left the movie theater, and it is still haunting me. All right, so that's my first pick.
Let me just say, I
What do
can
you got
totally
here?
relate to when you're crying, but you don't like. You're not ashamed of crying, but you
Right.
still don't want to get caught. You still don't, by the wife. Like you just like, oh, I hope she doesn't look because maybe this isn't the time she's crying and I'm crying. Oh, you're gonna be a big baby. I had, you guys know, during the Christmas season, a way too big of a Christmas tree.
It's a really big Christmas
It's
tree.
a nightmare.
You cry putting it up.
Yeah, well, I think of it as the cry tree, and the reason is because where it was this year was like, so we've got an open living room from the kitchen. It's kind of in between the kitchen and the living room, but you can't see through it. And whenever there was a show or something where
It's the hiding
it's
tree.
the hiding tree, I go right around and hide behind the tree and cry so I don't get caught crying. That
fact
happened
you-
like 5
I was
times.
going to say the fact that in a small Christmas window you had multiple times to use a crying tree tells people how often you cry.
Quiet.
Also,
Cry.
that's genius. I need a crying tree
Yeah.
installed in my
People
house
are going to have
immediately.
Christmas trees the whole year round
But
to hide
it's
behind.
rebranded. It's not the Christmas tree
No, it's
anymore.
the crying tree, just like we rebrand Mondays. The crying day.
All right, you got another pick here, Mike.
Oh, all right.
We'll be back with more Weeping Wednesdays soon.
So this one will certainly not be a vote getter, but I have recency bias because I just watched it, just wept silently in my bed while my wife was sleeping. Guardians of the Galaxy Part 2.
What?
Because and like it's not movies. No, I know your eyes are fine.
No,
but-
I don't remember,
trying to remember
why
the
I should
moment.
cry.
So, like I said, like there's certain things that trigger me. And
carpets. And
Outer space.
No, like So, yes,
That spaceship is so beautiful.
nebulas,
Tree people.
but baby tree people.
Baby
in
tree
particular.
people. Yeah.
No. At the end of the movie, he has to kill off his newfound father, but then he realizes that, and I can't even think of the character's name, but he realizes that the blue guy was actually his dad, and the dad sacrifices his life to save Star-Lord. Are you not remembering how the movie ends?
I didn't like number 2 very much.
Okay, well, you need to watch it again for the
Okay,
ending. So
all right.
he sacrifices his life to save his basically adopted son, and the thing that had happened to him is, and he got kicked out of the Ravagers. Like, he was no longer allowed to be in his club, because he saved Star-Lord as a kid. And then the Ravagers find out what he has done, the sacrifice, and they come and they give him the actual Ravager funeral. Yondu, thank you, Yondu. I couldn't think of his name. And then he gets the huge funeral at the end after sacrificing for his son. I was like,
I cried at the funeral.
dude.
I cried at the funeral. I remember that.
Thank
now.
you. Like,
Yeah.
so it's not a vote getter. Like, people won't remember this scene, but once you do remember, you go, oh yeah, I cried when that happened.
I did cry. Shouldn't be making this list, but I cry at a lot of things, but that's fine.
I told you,
took it.
recency bias. I just watched it and I just went.
Hey, that means that the 2 movies that I wanted, at least one of them's coming back to me. What you got?
Oh,
Ian?
thank goodness, Jay.
Yeah,
I'm so
I
happy
know.
for you.
The people were worried.
Oh gosh, thank you. I was worried. I was gonna cry. I have Up, Braveheart, Green Mile. I'm gonna close it out with Shawshank Redemption, and those are happier tears.
Sure.
There are 2 movies. It was between Shawshank and it was actually between Les Mis.
Okay. I
but
get it.
the truth is the times that I've really like Les Mis the movie, okay, versus like Les Mis the play and seeing
I liked
that.
the movie.
The movie's
I mean,
fine.
Russell Crowe is
But the-
terrible,
but
but
the
the rest of the
experience-
movie is great.
The experience is better, like I related more to the
Sure.
actual live action. But Up, Braveheart, Green Mile, Shawshank Redemption, Andy Dufresne.
Oh,
And the way that
drink
movie
of
ended,
water.
another kind of epic thing, which is kind of funny to take right after Green Mile, because
those feel very.
they're very similar and they came out at similar times.
You got
and-
a prison thing going on.
That's right, freedom. I cry for freedom.
With Braveheart, you got a trifecta there, my man.
That's a good point.
Wait, you weren't saying freedom because of Braveheart?
I was saying freedom. No, I wasn't.
I was like that. I was literally gonna say that's what he means, Mike. Like you're Mike being the dummy because you wouldn't say freedom.
Yeah. So I'm going Shawshank Redemption. One of my if Braveheart is my favorite movie of all time, Shawshank's in the top 5.
All right, so the 2 movies I was between. We talked about this beforehand. The Notebook, I think, is like I can't watch that without crying. And Mike, you're like, oh,
No, that doesn't do it for me.
Here's why it doesn't.
Wait,
do
that
it for you.
has to
It
do
didn't-
it for you.
No. Here's
No,
why.
it-
Here's why.
Because
I
don't
can
they hold
answer for him.
hands in the bed?
Do you remember?
It probably would now.
Do you remember when Mike earlier was saying he used to be a guys don't cry?
Yeah.
Yeah. And
That
unmarried.
was when
unmarried.
that was when the Notebook came out.
Yep.
He
I
watches
haven't
the-
seen it since.
Don't because it's sad. I mean, it's good. It's a really good movie. It's a good love story, but that one's sad. The other one that I'm debating between is My Girl because when we were kids and we all watched that.
He's testing the audience
and
right
he
now.
dies.
He's testing the reactions
Yes.
to see if he wants any of these to stick.
I'm gonna go with what my initial reaction was when I first heard the poll. The 3 movies that came to mind were Legends of the Fall, Big Fish, and The Notebook.
Right.
So I will take the
So
Notebook.
well played taking Marley Me from me.
Yes, happy about that. I mean, I'm
Not
sad.
happy. I'm just sad about that, really. Couple other honorable mentions I had. End of Moulin Rouge, Land Before Time.
Old Yeller,
See, I've never actually seen Old Yeller.
where
I know
the red
what.
fern grows.
Oh gosh, don't even. That's a rough one. I got on my list. Have you guys ever seen The Fountain?
I have never seen it. Oh wait, is that the super weird movie with?
Yeah, it's
Hugh Jackson.
It's Wolverine is in it.
Yeah,
Yeah, and he's just trying to save his wife over and over and over.
I watched probably 3/4
Oh, you
of
didn't
that and
hang
was
it?
like, "What the heck is
And-
going on?"
And I had mentioned to you, like, I have a movie on my list that I guarantee none of you have seen. Have you ever seen The Mist?
Yes, I have.
You've seen The Mist?
Absolutely, really good movie.
So you know the ending.
Does it give you a good mist?
I don't like the ending.
Well, I'm not sure which ending I've seen. If I've seen like the theatrical or the director's cut. And so what happened at the end of the movie that you saw? So the Mist is it's a Stephen King novel that got turned into a movie, and there's like this weird mist that shows up, and there's monsters in it, and people end up in a store just trying to survive.
It's been a long time, but I believe they kill themselves at the end.
Yes, but do you know who else Do you know? Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, like everyone in the car ends up having to take a pact, and then the guy runs out of bullets, and then the mist is gone. Have you not seen that one? Okay. All right, never mind.
That's sad.
Jason has Legends of the Fall, Big Fish, Marley Me, The Notebook, closes it out with The Notebook, going for the vote book more like.
No, nice one. The Notebook is 100%
The Notebook is
votes.
probably
No.
the general number one for like the polls.
I am not saying that it's not a vote getter. I'm saying I didn't take that for the votes.
But I called it the vote book, so you did.
All right.
Up, Braveheart, Green Mile, Shawshank, Mike went Toy Story 3, Inside Out, I Am Legend, and Guardians of the Galaxy 2.
What did we learn today?
I'm going to use this opportunity to make sure that our audience learns something else new today, which is that Jason cried in public when he found out that Brooks was engaged, even though Brooks wasn't there.
Oh, man, I cried a lot because I love those two people, and I was so happy for them, and that is true.
Did you have your crying tree with you and available or no?
No, we were in
That's tough.
That's what I learned.
You just pull out a giant tree wherever you are at?
I learned I needed a tree in my house that I can – like the problem with my Christmas tree is it goes in a corner. I can't possibly get behind this thing.
You got to be able to have it out a little bit.
Right in the middle of the room?
Just go hide behind it and weep your eyes out. Nobody could see you. I learned today that there is some house that has a tiny toilet and carpeted bathroom.
You know who you are.
If you're a realtor that lets someone put their house on the market with a carpeted bathroom, you should be fired.
That's fair.
You should be fired.
That's a Fizbo right there.
Yeah. Get out. Mike, you got anything to finish us up with?
I said I need a tree.
Oh, that's what you learned?
Yeah.
Okay. Good
A tree
lessons learned.
specifically that I can hide behind.
I learned that
I don't need a big tree.
I learned we need a happy draft next week.
Yes. I hope you enjoyed the tears and the laughter. Thank you for tuning in. We'll see you next week. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Thanks for listening to the Spitballers podcast. To see what other nonsense the guys are up to, check out SpitballersPod.com.